Cool.
1-0 in the SEC. How's this one feel, Coach?
It feels good. And SEC is a tough conference, so I think any win you get in here, you're happy with. And most of all, I'm just proud of the way our team played. I thought we let down a little bit in the third, but every single time, and I told them this right as I was going, and I'll probably repeat it again when we go talk to debrief on this, but every time I pushed for a little bit more, they gave me a little bit more. And I thought we were going to win the third, and a little disappointed that we didn't, but really happy. And I even talked into the timeout, and I said, or maybe I can't remember exactly what it was. At one point I said, hey, the next set, it was at the end of the second, we cut it off a little slow. And then I said, the next set, let's go. But the same thing in the fourth. I just said, hey, we talked about resetting in that last time out. We just need that in the next one. And I thought they did that from 0-0 in that fourth set, and 25-8, I think, is hard to do. So it's about execution on our side as much as it is what they're doing.
What stood out to me today is 9 aces, but also Maddie tied a career high with 4, Fenner got a career high with 3, but they were off the net all night. Can you talk to me about your approach in the service?
It was kind of what we've been talking about, and I've talked about it in here, about consistently keeping the ball on the right person, and I thought we did that, especially in those first 2 sets. And we did that, I think, I don't know, middle of one of those and then on. And I thought we constantly put pressure on them and made them feel uncomfortable. And aces will come from that. That's not the goal. That's a byproduct of us serving tough. But I thought they were constantly uncomfortable, and that's what caused a 3-1 win.
Yeah, how key were the runs in the first 2 sets that y'all had kind of in the middle of those games to create that separation?
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, runs of 3 or 4. And those break open. And when you're a good volleyball team from there on, like you have the advantage. You can side out. So I think we're looking for those as much as we can, and we're getting to a spot where we can score them now. Whereas before it would be kind of 2 serves in, and then we'd get a third one that went somewhere else. And I think right now we're constantly getting on the right person, and that's the byproduct.
Considering the caliber of opponent, was 25-8 in the fourth set about as dominant a set that y'all had this season?
Not what I was expecting. We talked, and I think the other thing I'll tip the cap to my team about tonight is I thought we stayed patient. That's a really good defensive team. And I talked to, I don't know, their Blabero is one of the best out there. And I thought she played a good volleyball match and got some balls up, but we were getting free balls back, or we were having to go play transition defense. And I never thought we got antsy with the fact that they were getting balls up. And it's probably one of our lowest hitting efficiencies that we've had. And I don't think that's a product of us doing bad. It's a product of them doing well. But I thought we stayed patient and played the game that we had to play in order to beat them. And that's the thing I'm fired up on.
They had probably their lowest hitting percentage of the season, I think. Just what did you see from your defense that kept them off balance?
I think the first thing that's already been touched on, I thought serving-wise, we were just consistently at 10 feet. And it gets a lot easier when you can be in that spot and not have to worry about a middle blocker as much. So I think our serve set up our block and D to do well. And then I thought we stayed pretty true to the scouting report. And I think our blockers got a lot of good touches. And I think the easy stuff that they were tipping over the top, we took advantage of. And that's been another thing we've been harping on a lot for the last 2 weeks, is taking advantage of those little plays.
You mentioned libero, Maya Sands on the other team. She's really good. I know that in the early set there was a lot of strong swings towards her. Was that a deliberate choice to kind of get her tired?
No.
Or did you see holes and kind of?
No, it was. And one of the things you want to do as an attacker is attack where there is space in the block, and different situations are going to present themselves to the point where you should go hit. It's really hard to play keep away from somebody necessarily. And we got her a few times too, so it's not like she's, I don't know, invincible over there where it's like you got to go in another direction. But I think she played a good match, but a lot of those digs were, I don't know, at 30 feet, and all of a sudden we have the advantage in the rally then. So I thought we played the game we needed to play.
Coach, I want to touch on blocking here. So a little slow to start in the first set, but then I feel like once one hit the ground, we just got rolling. We finished with 12, and then can you touch on a Fenner's 10?
10. She's a good blocker. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I think she's one of the best in the country, if not the world, and I think she does a really good job on that. And I can't remember, there was a play where we started talking about something in there, and like the next play she started making this really dynamic move that she's going to get a stuff on. And she kind of lit up after that. So I agree. It started off a little bit slow, but at the same time, like I don't think they challenged her very much. And they were tipping over the top and doing some stuff. And I think once we started to pick those up, they had to change the way that they were going about things. And that's probably another reason why she picked up on a few more stuffs.
And then I want to touch on Kindle because we're also going to hear from her. 15 kills today, but some of the sharp angles she was taking kind of talked about the athlete that she is.
It's actually kind of what we were focusing on this week. We were talking about different situations and what to hit. And I thought she soaked that up pretty well. So, and she's, I don't know, one of the best probably pound for pound athletes that are out there. And her ability to jump and elevate are the reason why she can hit that shot. But I thought she was picking the right times and the right velocity to hit that at tonight. And you see the product of it, and that makes an elite attacker.
Relatively quick turnaround with another conference opponent coming in here on Friday. What do you need to work on tomorrow, and then morning and on Friday to get ready for Vandy?
I got to go home and watch them. I tend to try to take it one, opponent at a time and study, and the staff kind of prepares stuff for me. So I'll go home tonight and they'll digest a lot. They run a fast offense. I'm going to guess it's going to be a little bit like tonight where you got to serve somewhere specifically. But again, I think the thing I've been really, and I've said it in here over and over and over again, like the biggest thing is our side. And the number one thing I'll probably go first do is watch our match and be like, hey, here's the 1 or 2 things we can get better at in practice that are about us tomorrow. And then sprinkle in, here's 1 or 2 things about Vandy. But if we play volleyball like that, it's going to be really hard to beat us.
Cool. Everybody good? Sweet. Thank you,
Thank you,
Coach.
guys.